Hey, what's happening? Just another update here. So the stuff I've done since the last one, installed lighting on the layout. These are all the Walthers street lamps. I also did the parking lot here with them as well. These are pretty cool. I don't know if you've ever seen the Walthers series lights, but they use a pin and base, and it's like a socket down in there. And all you have to do is wire it up, stick them in, and they turn on, which is great because if you damage them, you can just take it out, replace it without having to rewire, dig up scenery. Also, too, if you do any maintenance, you can just pull them out and make real easy work. Plus, you can move them around. Say if I want to put this over here, they're all the same bases, so they're pretty interchangeable. Next thing, I've actually put a building in over here. This building was actually on another part of the layout, but it actually matches the prototype pretty well, so it goes into place. Built a parking lot over here, and the whole parking lot surrounded by a bunch of the BLMA fencing. I actually got a gift certificate for BLMA at a train show, door prize, so I just used that and bought a whole bunch of it. But it looks really nice. The other thing I got with the BLMA gift certificate was a signal here. It's not wired up yet. I still have to get the block detector and all that. The other thing I've done is started working on the scenery for the river here. I just did the I painted it and then put the initial base down of the dirt. So now I gotta go and put some static grass and all that. But I ran out of dirt, so that's why only half of it's done here. So hopefully tomorrow I'll be able to make it to the hobby shop to get some more. That way I can at least finish this off, put the riverbed in, get some water in there, and then plant some trees and grass along through there. And then the other thing that's really took up a lot of my time was the SD9. So this is the SD9 that I showed in the last update. So it's completely done now. All the put LED lights in the ditch lights, and fully decaled, painted, detailed. This pretty much has been the longest project to date for a diesel build. Very involved, but it's actually one of my favorites. So you can see the ditch lights there, and then the first light. I didn't put working ditch lights on the rear because it's kind of pointless on this engine. So it has the ditch lights. They're just the got MV lenses in it. But as you can see, all that tread plate that I showed earlier, how it looks when it's painted. So I use all my lighting. I bought this power supply. It's a 5 amp 12 volt power supply from a electronics store here in the Bay Area, Fry's Electronics. I think it was only about 40 bucks, but this thing's got more than enough power to power all the accessory lighting. So the way I've got it running is just like the feeder tracks. It's just using a bus wire, and I believe this is a 14 gauge stranded. And then you just use the zip lock or scotch lock connectors like this, and just run. This is actually the power to the to my engine facility. So that runs 12 volts to it. The Walthers lights run 12 volts, and I bought a strip of LED lights that I showed last time, and it's all 12 volt as well. So I got lucky and it all works. off of 12 volts, but you can just use a resistor or something else that dial the voltage down. But so I've got this the power bus going through the whole layout underneath. That way I can just, whenever I want to put an accessory, you just tap into it and you're ready to go. And then this power supply is just wired to my main power switch, which is just a regular light switch that I've wired in. Then all I have to do is that turns everything off, and it's a lighted switch. So one of the other things I got was this Walther's Amtrak baggage car. It's the Phase 4B. It's pretty much stock. The only thing I changed out was the diaphragms on the rear. So these are the train station product tubular ones that match the prototype. I added an airline, and then I just added all the grab irons. It's a nice car. It's very nicely detailed. The only problem is if you buy it, it's not plated, which I thought it would be, because everything else I have is plated. Well, the only other one I have is this one, but it's going to have the rest of them, all the plated superliners, the Walthers, so you can tell the difference between the two. But I'm planning on weathering this up because the consist that runs up and down the coast here, these are pretty beaten up. So I guess I'll have to dull that one down and add a little weathering to it. So that's about it as far as stuff getting done. Like I said, most of my time's been spent on this here, the SD9. It's taken up a couple months. But if you have any questions, comments, go ahead and post them, and I'll try and get a next update out a little sooner. Just been pretty busy. Alright, see ya.